This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
3.5 stars here. Sheamus winning the briefcase is paying off what was written in the plan for last year. The idea, according to a former creative team member, Kevin Eck, said that he pitched the idea of Sheamus winning last year to Vince McMahon, and his idea was that the babyface Sheamus winning would set up the long planned heel turn based on him cashing in on a babyface champion to unfairly at some point. Originally, Sheamus was to turn heel and face Bryan at WrestleMania, but when Punk leaves and the fact that crowds were killing Batista, Bryan's creative chains, and Sheamus is left out. Then Sheamus was going to win the briefcase at Money in the Bank, and then Bryan got hurt and Money in the Bank became for the vacant title, so it changed again. And the champion was chosen based on who the best person to drop the title to Brock Lesnar would be, and the feeling at that point was it should be the biggest marquee star, John Cena. Where Rollins got the nod, and look at how that turned out, is at first they were only going to do one Money in the Bank match only for the title. When the decision was made to do a second one with a title shot at stake, Sheamus had already been slotted in the first one, and they didn't want to change it. So Sheamus wins Money in the Bank here. Finally, feels like a long time coming. And Sheamus is another one of those talents where, for whatever reason, it feels like the fans sort of soured on him quickly just because of the push coming from the office. But very nice guy behind the scenes, very capable performer, has a very cool look. And for whatever reason, fans are just sort of lukewarm on him here. Is this a case of too much babyface, too much heel, or too much push too soon for the fans, do you think?
Well, I don't think too much push is the wrong thing to do. If you want a guy to be a star, bring him in like a star, have him work with the stars, give him that get over period, which is never long enough, that slow build. And I go back to two guys that it worked with, and I've said this before, I went on record. Two of your more successful heels for their era would have been Umaga, who got over huge, but he won every week. He went out and he kicked ass. Rusev is another guy that I pushed very, very hard, had many conversations because they tried to back off on it. And the only reason they didn't is because John was in favor of it. Rusev went for a year without getting beat. So the first time he got beat by Cena, it mattered.
Right.
And it meant something. I think, Sheamus, the one mistake Sheamus does is he's a good, solid worker, but as a heel, the art in being a heel is getting your ass kicked when it's time. And I mean, taking a royal ass kicking. You can do the bully stuff and you can do the snug stuff and you can overpower guys. That's fine. But there comes in every match where you got to get your ass whipped, and your top heels know how to do that. And when they get their ass kicked, it's in a royal fashion. I don't think Sheamus gets that concept. He wants to get all of his offense in, no matter whatever's in his mind for that night, no matter what the audience is giving him back or what it calls for. And sometimes you got to be really, really giving as a heel, even though you are this big, rugged, kick-ass heel. You got to give them faith in that babyface, because once the heel overpowers the babyface to the point that the audience loses faith in them, forget it. Match is over.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.